I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!
What's going on, family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra here, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Know Yourself Academy. As you can see, we're continuing the Moon Sign series with the Gemini Moon Sign, all right? Now, if you don't know about the Gemini energy, you want to go ahead and click the link in my description and check out the Gemini archetype video and understand why Geminis act, feel, see, think the way they do. There's energies, there's an archetype to everything in astrology, so there's a reasons why signs act, say, feel, think the way they do. It's not just like out of thin air. All right, so let's get into the Gemini moon sign. So first off, what is your moon sign? What does your moon sign represent? Okay, your moon sign is how you respond and react to the world, your emotions and feelings, your thoughts, your internal world. Okay, but overall, your natural reactions and how you deal with your emotions and feelings. Okay, but overall, ultimately, the moon is who you are. The moon motivates the sun. An example I used in the previous video was, you know, two people could be Virgo moons. One could be an Aquarius, one could be a Gemini. They feel the same way about things. You know, they respond and react to, they internally respond and react to the same way to certain things. But action-wise, one is going to push out their feelings in the Aquarius way, one is going to push out their feelings and emotions in a Gemini way. So that's the difference, okay? The moon is who people see when they start to learn about you, see who you are, and you open up more information and private things about yourself, all right? So Gemini is mutable air, being able to adapt and be mutable towards your own and other people's ways of communicating and thinking, all right? This is the twins here. So the twins are representing duality, and Geminis understand duality. So Geminis can put themselves in your shoes. Geminis can see and feel things that, I don't even want to use the word feel, but they can see and think and put themselves in other people's shoes and other people's perspectives in order to see how they see things. And when you're able to, you know, have that logical approach towards life and whatnot, then, you know, you can use that against people. You can use that, the information, because this is what makes Geminis very smart at the same time, and they're very curious. They're ruled by Mercury. Mercury's dealing with how we critically analyze and observe things. So, you know, Geminis are very curious, the Gemini energy. So when we put that in the moon, we have somebody, this is mutable air. So this is like air that's out here, just everybody's connecting with this air, all right? It's not like a fixed air like Aquarius, like the air in a jar, or a hot air balloon, or the cardinal air like Libra, like a pressure pipe or something blowing the steam out. You know, it's the air for everybody. It's mutable, it's adaptable. So it's like, you know, as a Gemini moon, remember, the moon is what makes you comfortable. So when somebody takes you out of the energy of your moon, this is what makes you emotionally comfortable. So a Gemini moon wants to be social, straight up. They can't help but be social. And they're going to manifest a social environment or a social type of lifestyle, or a lot of friendships, relationships in their life, because they're naturally just communicating and being adaptable to the way other people communicate and think. All right, they always want to pick your mind or see what a conversation could get out of their mind and bring them to new thoughts or whatnot. All right, and like I said, they're always putting themselves in other people's shoes, seeing things through other people's perspectives. So this is what makes them, you know, be able to probably be a little bit manipulative, get what they want, get from point A to point B. You know, you could be doing this on a positive level or negative level, you know, but this is the energy that they have and they possess. Now, as a Gemini moon is mutable air, so when you put the moon there, this is kind of like having scattered thoughts, all right? Your thoughts because remember, whenever we have the moon in earth or air, we're not dealing with emotions and feelings. You know, earth moons they're analyzing and thinking about their feelings, trying to find practical use for their feelings and observing it. And we're not just feeling and honing in on the feeling and then expressing it. We're like, nah, let's make some sense of this shit. We're like, let's be practical and logical. Like, I'm not just with being emotionally irrational. So as a Gemini moon, you know, it's like a Gemini moon just be all day, every day, analyzing its thoughts All right, Gemini suns and air signs be having a lot of thoughts too. But when you're a Gemini moon, it's like you're 24/7 putting thoughts, like analyzing the light and dark side of every thought. Because this like I said, is the twins. The twins represent Gemini, but it's more so about represent the duality. This is why Gemini moons, especially Gemini moons, could be real chameleon-like. All right, real adaptable. Get into a certain area, be from the hood, but speak articulate and know how to change up their communication style. And you wouldn't even know they from the hood. You feel me? You think they from the burbs? No, it's crackheads on my block. All right, I just been around. I'm an air sign. I'm an air moon. I picked up on a couple of things communication wise as a youngin, and I'm able to jump into these different communication boxes. Or I could come into a conversation, see how everybody was talking for 5 minutes, and all right, this piece of cake, this is how they talk, this is where they at, this is where they social, like Geminis pick up on social cues and whatnot. So, but this makes their emotionals, like, this is like, they have scattered thoughts though. So a Gemini moon can be chaotic, you know, they could be I feel like Gemini moons could be relatable in a way to like Aries sun, or not Aries sun, but their opposite sign, Sagittarius sun, because I feel like they have like real spontaneous energy. Gemini is way more spontaneous. Well, actually, I don't know. Those are two real spontaneous signs, and they're opposite signs. All right, but Geminis, they just be with the fly. They just be with the go. Remember, Jupiter falls here, so Capricorns, Jupiter falls in Gemini, so Geminis are not always doing things based off meaning and reasoning. Sometimes they be so curious, so their curiosity leads them into situations that, like, damn, how did I manifest this situation? Because you was being too curious. You trying to find out too much. You trying to see how this feels. You trying to see what's going to happen if that happens, because your mind also works like a calculator, like a computer with Mercury. So not only are you good with words, you always trying to analyze something too, all right? Analyze the way somebody communicate, analyze the way somebody's acting, observing somebody's social cues and characteristics and facial expressions, and ultimately seeing how you could be relatable, how you could jump in that bag, how you could view certain things that they're viewing or speaking about based off what they're giving you. All right, so it's deep with a Gemini moon. This is why they're real smart too. All right, but yeah, these people are real sociable people. You know, they want, like I said, Gemini energy wants to keep things light, doesn't like to bring things heavy, doesn't like low vibrational things as far as, you know, people being sad, depressed, or in pain. Like, they want to be uplifting and outgoing and you know, part of the local environment and bouncing energy off of the people in the local environment. This Gemini energy, but especially Gemini moon. And when you take a Gemini moon out of these energies, you restrict it from being communicative. You restrict it from, you know, Gemini moons, like Gemini period, they can come off wishy-washy. All right, but like I said, this is more so because they know how to put themselves in other people's shoes and see things from other sides. And it's just like a Gemini is always going to have a dual, especially a Gemini moon is always going to have a dual view way of looking at things. Even if you're in a relationship with a Gemini moon, like, I'm sorry to say, but if you're in a relationship with a Gemini moon, the way they are with you, understand they probably acting or thinking and feeling a different way when they're not with you. And that's not to say that, you know, they're cheating or they don't love you or don't like you. It's not to say that, but it's just that, like, they jump in these two different bags emotionally, internally. Like, they damn near are two people, like, real talk. If you're dating a Gemini moon or you have a Gemini moon family member, a close friend, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm a Libra. All air signs could be a little wishy-washy. More so Libras and Geminis, not so much Aquariuses. But, you know, so I'm an air sign, so I understand it. So I done manifested a lot of situations in my life, early in life, that I came off wishy-washy because I seen the fairness in the situation. People wanted me to take sides, and I'm like, yeah, I can't take sides because, honestly, this person got a point and this person got a point, regardless if you're my friend, and I don't fuck with you. But, like, that's what it is, all right? Like, I still got my friend side, but, nigga, you was wrong. Like, and we come off wishy-washy sometimes or whatnot because we could see the multiple perspectives. Geminis, that this is how they see the world. They see the world from multiple perspectives. They see that they're able to quickly adapt and be mutable towards the way you communicate and think about things. So they know how to jump in your mind. They know how to damn near think similar like you in a situation, like, you know. So it's, woo, it's deep. It's deep with a Gemini moon. But like I said, real social with people. Keep things uplifted. Keep things light. All right. Very informative people. These people have information. These people, I sent in a Gemini archetype video. These people are like, they should be like the host in every time somebody moves to a new neighborhood. These should be the host to show you everything's at in the neighborhood, because, you know, in their local environment, they're very active. All right. And this is who a Gemini moon person really is. But a Gemini moon ain't dealing with emotions and feelings now. So watch what they say. You dating one, watch what they say. You know, they're wordsmiths. Okay, so that's one thing you understand. It's not that they wishy-washy, it's just that they had two perspectives of how they was already looking at something, and for whatever reasons they jump in those two different bags depending on what's going on in that circumstance or situation. Okay, so they're not purposely being wishy-washy, but then again, they know when they're being manipulated. They know when they're using somebody's energy against them, because it was so easy to be mutable and adaptable towards somebody's energy. Chameleon-like, all right? So that's the Gemini moon, y'all. You already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to go ahead and continue with the Cancer moon zodiac sign, which the moon rules Cancer, all right? So y'all already know what it is, man. It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra, getting up out of here. Until next time, peace.